your takeaway from the Ravens' season-opening loss and near win in Kansas City is what?
Lamar Jackson is really good. The offensive line needs some work. I think that's the biggest takeaway. They've got to figure out a way to keep Lamar Jackson out of longer downs and distances where he can be hit by the defense by virtue of the pass rush or him just having to take off and create. I think that's got to be the biggest thing. You saw he started out this week a little bit banged up, missed some time on the field. And so that is my biggest concern. When Lamar Jackson is fully healthy, you know the Ravens are going to be in the playoffs. You know they're going to be competing to be in the championship rounds. It's just a matter of making sure that he gets to the finish line healthy. I have no doubt that if he's healthy, he plays in the majority of the games. The rest of it will take care of itself. But the biggest concern, as I see it for John Harbaugh in Baltimore, is making sure that they take care of number 8. He'll take care of them if they do.
Okay, and so what you gave a theory as to why the Cowboys run out of gas when it comes time to win in the playoffs. What's your theory on why we've yet to see Lamar break through into a Super Bowl despite having 2 MVPs under his belt now, including last year? What do you see maybe as a system function that's going on or malfunction that's happening so far, Chris?
Well, earlier on in his career, I thought they put a lot on Lamar in terms of playmaking. They didn't necessarily give him a lot of weapons that can take some of the heavy lifting off of him. When it comes to what happened in the conference championship game last year, I think the Ravens just went through an identity crisis. Anytime you have, 16 runs and only, 8 or 9 of them coming from guys that weren't the quarterback, that's a problem. And Rich, the Baltimore Ravens, 3 of the last 5 years have led the league in rushing, including last year. So I think the Baltimore Ravens have to lean into their identity when it matters the most. That has to be their bread and butter. That's how they built the team. And quite honestly, when Baltimore has had high-end success, they've been able to run the football. Lamar Jackson being special is great, but that's not a plan. And I think a lot of the times the Ravens, because Lamar is so dynamic with the ball in his hands, they want to trust him in every single situation and give him every opportunity to impact the game. But sometimes when it comes to the best approach, it's about making sure that you can create opportunities for Lamar to have that big play by forcing the defense to defend something else other than number 8. And so I think that's the one thing that the Baltimore Ravens will be best served to remember as they move through this season. It's why I believe they went out and got Derrick Henry. I still don't understand why they got away from Derrick Henry early on in that game in Kansas City last Thursday night. You saw they had success in that first drive using him. I think they have to have the threat of the run, and it's not just about the production. It's sometimes just about the attempts in order to make sure that there are those opportunities for Lamar Jackson to be dynamic in the passing game.
Yeah, 5 carries for Derrick Henry in that first drive in Kansas City that wound up with him in the end zone for a touchdown, and that was 1 fewer carry by a running back than the Ravens had the entire AFC Championship game lost to the Chiefs. And then he had only 8 carries the rest of the game. I hear you. We'll see what happens against the Raiders later on Sunday for the Ravens home opener. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.